In this video, it is finally Rita's turn. We have a replacement alternator. I have some willing helpers. So yeah, stage one is get her in. I'm hoping we can get her running. The back of the alternator's off, all the wiring's disconnected. I'm hoping she'll still run. But first of all, we just need to make space in the workshop. Well, moving Rita's battery so it's actually in Rita will be a good start, I guess. And we'll see if we can move Tuck forward, create a bit more space.
They might have to move the chair though.
Yeah, we got a chair full of stuff. So yeah, there's plenty to be getting on with, but that is very much stage one. Let's see if Rita will actually fire up. I've got some terminals disconnected on the alternator. I've taped those up. Not central locking's working, so that's a good start. Don't really want the engine acoustic cover just there. Oh, some gloves also. Hold on to those, Myrtle. And we'll get in for a moment of truth time. Hope she actually fires up. Hope I haven't flattened the battery trying to get the Invocar to start. Wait for the glow plugs. Okay, that's not working then. And we can attach that like so. Then we connect this one to the negative terminal on that battery, and then connect this to the point on the engine is usually a good point. Let's try this bolt over here. You can hear the load. If you could just hold her revs about there. Yeah, that is the Webasto preheater that's making all that noise there. Revs! Yaha! I guess we take the negative off first. Take that negative off. Yeah, it's because there's oil burning off the manifold, I think. You can turn her off now. No, she's fine. Probably fine. The important thing is we've got a running Rita. Let's take these cables. We'll just leave these cables here in case we need them again. Put the spanner back on the spanner rack here and see if we can get Rita in. She hasn't moved for weeks. Interestingly, we haven't got the we have got the battery light on. Yes, there it is. Oh, brakes are a bit seized on because she hasn't moved for a long time. Can you watch at the back? Can you watch at the back? I've no idea where the rear end of this car is. Close is alright, hitting isn't. I think that'll do us. There we go. I might do. I might rev her up.
I know that'll do means you just give it another few inches. Every time. And it's smoking. And the engine's smoking.
Where?
Literally there.
Oh, there. That's just oil or water or something burning off it. I'm sure it's entirely fine. Right, 13 mil, get the battery undone, and we'll start the merry game of trying to get at the alternator.
Toolbox?
Toolbox, yeah, we have toolbox. We'll be putting all the tools we use, all the parts, into this toolbox. This is the new regime. The new regime brought in by Miss Hubnut to try and bring some organisation to my chaotic life. It's fine. So the plan is to get this engine mount off, so we'll have a jack under the engine and get this power steering pump off, and hopefully we'll then get access to the alternator. Got to slacken the serpentine belt pulley off. It's going to be fun. Fun!
Yay!
Fun!
Ha!
So far released the power steering reservoir and moved that out of the way. Next I'm going to get the jack and a piece of wood under the engine because we're going to take this engine mounting off, which covers a whole load of everything. It's a big old mount, and hopefully that will give us a bit more room, and then we can get the power steering pump off, and that will give us even more room. But the fun bit is going to be getting at the tensioner, which is, where's my torch? There it is. The tensioner is right down there. Can you even see where it is? It's in the abyss, and it's going to be fun to get at with a 24mm spanner, or hopefully an inch, because we haven't got a 24mm. I thought we had. So we'll see how this goes. It could go really, really badly. It is time to see if 1 inch really is 24mm. I can't remember. I've got tensioner down there, right in this lovely puddle here. That's the place to lie, isn't it? Get under there. There it is. That is not feeling close enough. No, that is too big. Oh, jeepers, that hurts. Oh, not entirely. Oh. Yeah, we haven't got the right size for this. There we go, that's loose. Gonna get the belt off. All my fingers die. Oh, there we go. But the serpentine belt is off. And only moderate damage to fingers. Yeah, there we go. Serpentine belt, swing that out of the way.
We should have just used scissors.
Yeah, then how do you put it back on?
You glue it.
Right, okay. I sometimes admire child logic, but I don't think that's quite the plan for us.
I really feel any more accessible.
No, but the next plan is to get the power steering pump out of the way. So where we are at the moment is got the engine mount off. That's looking lovely in there. And then got to the stage I managed to get the belt off, but then realised you've got to undo the pulley. Where's the little light gone? The pulley bolts on the power steering pump before you take the belt off. So now we're trying to get the belt back on, and generally failing at that because Rover decided to put this engine in a way where this lovely chassis member is kind of right in your way. So this one up here is the tensioner. Ooh, let's try and actually point you where we are, and you've got to try and get a spanner on that and ease it back to get the belt on. Problem being, I've only got a short 7/8 inch spanner, and I can't get enough leverage to actually move it. So yeah, life's great. Sorry, I meant 15/16 is a pretty good 24, but that's still too short. Miss Hubnut retrieved the spanner after it went flying, and the boy has returned to the car to hide either from the cold or my swearing. I'm not entirely sure which one yet. But yeah, we are organised. We have stuff organised. We just can't do the job. So it's really good. We need a slight crank on that spanner. That would make this job so much easier. But I'm not quite prepared to get the blowtorch out and try and destroy this spanner just for this job.
That seems a little extreme, and it's quite hefty really to go out with
yes.
a blowtorch. But you've got tea?
I do have tea in this lovely Hubnut mug, which we have absolutely none of in stock at the moment. We have lots of other designs though.
Somehow I have ended up with the filthiest mug in the world. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to be drinking this.
Oh! Is this about time to tell you that's the one I use for draining petrol?
I haven't drunk any anyway. Because look at this date!
Yeah, that's because I use it for draining petrol.
Well, I didn't make the drinks.
Oh. We'll find you another mug.
No, you're alright, thanks.
You're just going to drink the petrol?
Oh yeah, delicious.
I'll tip that one away.
Yeah,
Oops. Officially admitting defeat for now. There's nothing I like more than having to buy a specific tool for a job on a car you're not planning to keep, when you have tools coming out your ears but somehow still don't have the right tool. Suddenly working on the GSA doesn't seem quite so bad. Well, we're a couple of days further on. There's just the two of us now. This is actually school time, but Mini Hubnut here was instructed by his teachers to get away from his gadgets, enjoy some fresh air. So we thought we'll come up here, which is perfect. We even got some gloves. So the big change since you were last here is we actually have a proper and quite decently long 24mm spanner. Now someone did offer to send me a modified one which should fit, but sadly that hadn't arrived at the PO box this morning and I'd already ordered this one. But nonetheless, if that one arrives, that will go with Rita and can hopefully be useful in future. I'm going to find something to lie on because we have rather a lot of rain inside the unit, as per, even though it's allegedly watertight. It really isn't. So I'm going to find something to lie on and then see if I can get the belt back on so we can take the power steering pump off and hopefully life will be grand. So here is the merry mayhem we've got going on in here, and we've got to get this belt on that pulley you can see up there, which is impossible without the right spanner. But as you can see, space is tight. You've got the subframe in the way down here. This inner wing or front impact bar, I guess, or chassis rail, whatever you want to call it, is in the way up there. So it's all good fun. But there is the alternator. Look, there it is. It may be we don't need to get the power steering pump off. We may be able to get it from under here. But whatever happens, the serpentine belt has got to come off. So actually, I might just have a quick look at whether there's enough room to get the alternator out without taking the power steering pump off, and that means we can leave the belt off for now. We have managed to get the 2 bolts out that hold the alternator in place, but it occurs to me, well, A, the alternator still isn't moving a great deal, and B, I think it's going to have to come out this way, so we're going to have to move this power steering pump. Now I should have undone the little 8mm headed nuts or bolts on the pulley before I took the belt off, but I jumped ahead and that's what held us up last time. But it looks like I can jam a screwdriver down the back of the pulley and jam it in that way, because that bolt head you can just see sticking out by the screwdriver. That needs to come out to remove the power steering pump, and yeah, you can just see how everything is held underneath it. Although, am I missing a bolt on the alternator? Is there a 3rd bolt? What's that one down there? Oh, that's all part of holding the power steering pump on. That is the unloosening way.
We might not be able to get the alternator done today, but...
We might not get it done today, but we can hopefully progress things somewhat. Yeah. Yeah, if you can't stop my tools falling on the floor, that'd be A, impressive, and B, helpful. These flex head ratchets are sometimes useful and sometimes not. In many ways, I think Rover took their inspiration for this car from the Reliant Fox and Citroen GSA. No, that's tightening up. That's the wrong way round. That's not good at all. Curse you.
What?
Stupid ratchet spanner's going the wrong way. And now I can't get it off the bolt. There we go. How are you getting on?
Good. I just have an idea.
Oh, dangerous ideas. I have ideas all the time, like, oh, it's the wrong way round again. No, it's the right way round. Oh my gosh, come on, brain. Did you save my tools from a fate worse than death?
Yeah.
Thank you. And even if we'd gone for the Miss Hubnut approach of take the entire front end off the car, we still won't have any more access with this inner wing getting in the way. Apparently changing an alternator on a V6 for over 75 is quite easy. On the downside, you have 3 timing belts to change, and that's not quite so easy.
Is it possible for a diesel to be a V6?
It is. I'm trying to think if I've ever driven a V6 diesel. I must have at some point, surely. I'm not sure I have, because the only Citroen C6 I've driven was a 4-cylinder diesel. They do a V6 version. Same engine used in Land Rovers. There it goes, it's on the floor now.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see it.
It's always reassuring when they do land on the floor.
There we go.
Right.
Which bucket should it go in?
Put it next to those big bolts, so that next empty one.
Oh, yeah.
Not that one.
Oh.
That one. These are all in sequence, you see. This is your mother's fantastic technique. But these are all in order, I hope. Right, I'm going to carry on trying to tackle those and I'll come back to you. Oh, that bolt was a pig to get out, and may not have survived the process. I'm going to go in the scrap pile. But now we've got the pump out at last. The pump is free, so we can lift the pump sort of out of the way, see what's going on with this stupid alternator. There's still one bolt I'm missing on this, goes all the way through. I can see it coming out the back of the alternator. What I can't see is where the head is. Is it in there? Is it in there? This is just marvellous. Definitely the most fun alternator job I've ever tackled. Yeah, that's definitely it. I can see it pivoting around that bolt.
Is taking apart and rebuilding a TCV engine more simple than this?
Oh yeah, 2CV is well simple. No, it isn't that bolt. Okay. I don't think. That bolt is moving.
These were meant to be taken apart and fixed and then rebuilt.
Yes, where apparently Rovers weren't designed to have that happen at all.
Yeah. And also, plus, the engine doesn't really fit in the car. Because it's the BMW, like you said.
Yes, it is not what you'd call ideal. Okay. Oh, how the hell are you meant to get at that? I found another bolt, which is in the most stupid place I've ever seen in my life. Oh, I can confirm I've got it cracked off.
Yeah.
Oh, I can confirm I've dropped the spanner.
Did you get that?
Oh yeah, and now the alternator is looser. Can I get my fingers on it? Yes, Mr. Boy, if you could get that ratchet spanner, that'd be good.
Yep.
Ah, jeepers. Have a look at this one, people of the internet. Just magnificent stupidity. So the bolt we need is right down there. I don't know if you can see that or not. So yeah, kind of right down the bottom. That's very annoying. It's going to be impossible to get out once we've got a back on the alternator as well. What an awful car. I think I've finally managed to get the alternator free. Whether I can get it out. Are you just saying I should just kill the car?
No, I'm saying that you should just cut the bolt off.
The bolts are off. There are no bolts holding that in place anymore. But whether we can actually get it out.
Give it another whack with a hammer.
Then, yeah, I think I might just break the radiator. Sadly.
Oh, and that would be another damage.
Yep. Let's go down on the engine. Oh, have I just made space for it to go at the bottom? No, I would say that's the opposite of space.
It's very hub nut.
It isn't coming out that way. Now to take the tensioner off, that bottom pulley off. So let's not do that.
Just raise the engine
Ooh.
as high as the... I wonder if Citroen will make a new generation of 2CVs.
I wish they would. And I wish it would be a lot easier to work on than this stupid Rover. Let's go for jacking up instead, because that's increasing the space between engine and radiator.
Just crank the engine until it decides I'm not going anymore.
Oh, I've just jammed the alternator into the inner wing. Marvellous. Mr. Little Hub Nut, could you come around here, please?
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
Can you hold these over here?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God, they are heavy.
Yeah, they want to spring back over this way. It's a bit like Tetris, but it might just be possible. I'm going to jack that up more.
I got this.
No, it's jammed it in again.
If you could lower it, lift. Have you just got your hand jammed now?
No, got the alternator jammed in a slightly different place now. What an awful design this is.
It's out.
Right,
Or just scrap the
we're definitely
whole
good now.
car.
Jack it up, jack the engine up. Jack it until the engine mounts start cracking. Because by this point we don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You're so close.
It must fit through here somehow.
Just
Don't make us take the front end off, because that's what Miss Hubnut wanted to do.
oh, please don't.
If we can get that pipe over there, I reckon. Oh!
Oh, come on.
Oh, there's a power steering pipe in the way. Oh!
Come on. You're so close now. Just get it out.
Oh! Oh, how the hell we're going to get a new one in, I've no idea. But it doesn't matter.
Should we just say...
The old one is out. Ah, we're going home.
Can we, please just sell it with no alternator?
It's an option. If you want to buy a Rover 1, Rover 75 even, with no alternator, maybe get in touch. We're going home.